here.
What are you doing?
This is where I saw her last.
This is morbid, Papa.
Her last in the dials. The other girls threw her a little party. 30 to 40 girls on the floor. Me.
We shouldn't be in here. This building has been condemned.
In that business with the brushes, I didn't invent that. It was John Chochalke's process. His invention.
It was years ago, Papa.
But people blame me for that. I wasn't the technical man. I had my Cheryl to think about. Gentlemen, today we stand on the threshold of a new era, an era of ingenuity, an era of possibility, marked by the marriage of commerce and science. Radium, my friends, is the fruit of that marriage. And like the automobile before it, like the telephone and the telegraph, this miracle element began as a novelty, and now is a necessity for daily life. Luminous watches, luminous dials. These were the agents of victory in Europe. Now radium will be the agent of a new victory, the coming victory over cancer. Arthur, what a day. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? They love us.
Did you see Dr. Von Schalke?
He's here?
Back in the hall.
I'm surprised he has a nerve. Hold on, boys. Miss Wiley, what a nice surprise. Charlie, Dan, remember Miss Wiley of the Consumers League?
Gentlemen.
Miss Wiley was our value partner in last spring's laundry crisis. Miss Wiley, no more complaints from the housewives in Orange.
Laundry is fine. Thank you, Dr. Leah.
Ought to be. We spent a lot of money on those filters.
I'm actually on the other now.
Your letter. This is not the best time, Miss Wiley.
I was hoping you might answer the immediate question.
I'll answer it. There's no white phosphorus in the paint.
But the Olivia's condition.
There's no white phosphorus anywhere on the property.
Then how do you explain the bones hanging in your jar?
This is one of our girls we're talking about?
Former employee left us about 2 years ago.
Why not talk to her current employer then?
She's not currently working. She's too ill.
I'm sorry to hear that, Miss Wiley, but I assure you, we're taking your concerns very seriously. We're consulting with the Harvard School of Industry Medicine.
Dr. Drinker?
You know him?
Fairly well. The chair of our league is a colleague of his.
Then we can agree. Whatever Dr. Drinker concludes, you'll be satisfied.
I expect so. Thank you, Mr. Ritter. Gentlemen.
Have some cake, Miss Wiley.
Whatever the trouble is, it can't be anything at the plant.
We'll look at it. Meanwhile, Charlie, you just keep smiling.
You should have seen it, Grace. The church was filled with flowers. Lilies and carnations and orchids. You know how Amelia loved orchids.
Those were flats.
Orchids?
Flats.
I know orchid when I see one, Irene. Purple orchids? Oh, and that smell? Grace, it was that smell. It was like flowers. I was gonna say like heaven.
Like heaven? Catherine, it was just a funeral. You make it out like it was some type of Valentino picture.
It wasn't just a funeral. It was Amelia's. And it was beautiful. The church was like the botanical garden. Oh, and the company sent flowers too. A big spray of carnations.
Sounds like a nice service anyhow.
Surprise you. Wasn't there, Grace? Tom keep you out too late for the pictures?
Wasn't near that exciting. Tom had work to do, so I took the kids to the park. But
Yes, Jason, what did she say?
Dr. Von Sochaki told me not to do that. Says it's unsanitary.
Unsanitary. I don't ever believe he did such a thing like that. He invented the paint. And you're not to be before until the old is that and you get the point.
How can you make a point like that?
It's not for us to ask some questions, it's for us to be doing the work.
It's not for us to be asking questions.
Here is an instruction for you, McNeil. Let some of the Star Trek boys say.
Was she at the service?
McNeil, are you kidding?
Dr. Von Sochaki was though, and Mr. Roeder. Oh, and Grace. Who's that fellow from first lesson? Oh, what's his name? The guy with red hair?
The tall one with freckles.
Grace, after the service, he goes like this, the coffin, like this, he goes.
Really?
Really?
So what if he did?
So what? He was in love with her, that's so what? Don't you think so, Grace?
I guess he had to be if he did that.
Can you imagine if he loved her and never told her, never could bring himself to say, because she was so beautiful and he was so shy. But it's too late. He never told her and he'll never get a chance again.
Poor Amelia.
Poor Amelia.
Poor kid.
Her family took it awful bad, Grace, every one of them crying, even her father just bawling like a baby.
And you explained some changes, yes?
Yes, as we have heard, Dr. Bonson Chalky is stepping down as coming president. He wants to take this opportunity to
make my quick better. Ladies, some of you I've known since you were little girls. Coming here during the war's work, 200, 300, 500 dollars a day.
thank you, Doctor. Yes, thank you, Doctor. Now, girls, the doctor's a very busy man and must go on his way. So let's wish him the best of luck in his new business ventures.
And Mr. Roder, let us good luck wish to you also, with the new direction you intend the company to take.
New direction.
With the slowdown in the opinion,
Now, Doctor.
and business moving to the medical market, there will be lots of changes, yes?
What the doctor is referring to is that some of our larger customers are setting up their own job printing studios.
Which means less work for our girls here.
In the short run, however, the Waterbury Clock Company needs help with its new studio. We had planned to make this announcement next week. We'll make it now. Mrs. Neal?
We'll be happy to see what goes down there. Captain Swab and Miss Home. And Miss Lexman.
We'll post this today. Now, girls, as we're on the clock, we need your work.
Thank you, ladies. My best wishes.
Let's go to recruits.
You gotta do it, Catherine. You gotta take that job.
I will if you do.
Tommy would have it fit.
Oh, come on, just for a few months. It'll be fun, Grace. Won't it be fun, Irene? Irene?
Irene, honey, you alright?
Yeah. Why, what did I do?
Your mouth is bleeding.
$35 a week and she quits the place.
More to life than money.
Wait till you get to my age with a house full of kids. You'll be thankful for everything.
We got money to buy.
How much?
Enough to get married on.
Doesn't take much to get married on. Do you have enough to stay married on?
You let us get married. We'll find out.
You still eating, Tom?
It's good.
You're gonna get fat.
Gotta keep it straight that he works hard for his money.
Don't start, Mom.
I didn't say nothing. Once your father hit the roof over it, most girls would give their eye teeth for a job like that.
Ma, don't start.
Good money, easy work. Lots of nice looking fellas around the plant.
You didn't tell me about them, Grace.
And Upson quits the place. I'm tired of it, she says. Are you tired of a paycheck, I says.
She said that?
Oh, you know I didn't. And for your information, I got a job. I start at the bank on Monday.
And what's its pay?
Enough.
Enough. You know what that means, Tom. It don't come close to what they pay at the radio plant.
It's office work.
Office work. I guess that means you'll be spending more money on clothes.
Boy, she steamed the chew.
I don't see what difference it makes, so long as I'm working somewhere.
Don't make no difference. I thought you liked it up there.
Well, sure, I liked it up there, but I've been up there 4 years.
So I've been delivering about 8 years, and I plan to keep going for another 20 to 30 years, if I'm lucky. Steady work, Grace. Helps you sleep at night.
Close your eyes.
What for?
I got a surprise.
What surprise? You want me to pull the shades?
Not that kind of surprise. Now close your eyes.
Okay.
Now look,
Wallpaper?
for the baby's room.
Baby's room? You're talking about babies and you won't even kiss me?
Well, there's gonna be babies eventually, Tom.
So? But most girls Most girls, they get married before they decorate the nursery.
Well, you gotta plan ahead for once.
They're both the same.
No, they aren't. This one has big flowers and this one has little flowers. So pick one.
Is this some kind of test?
It's just wallpaper.
It is some kind of test.
Pick one.
That one.
Really?
The ugly one.
But I want you to like it too.
If you like it, I'll like it. Wallpaper is wallpaper.
Well, you gotta pick one you can stand to look at for 20 years.
Same way you pick a woman?
Keep it up, smarty pants. You won't never get that kiss.
Okay. That one, hands down.
I like that one too. A nice neutral yellow goes with either a boy or a girl. And until the baby comes, you can use it for other things.
Yeah, like what?
Like a painting studio, maybe.
A painting studio? Didn't you get enough of that painting at the Radium plant?
Not the kind I wanted to do. I just want a little time to myself. To do watercolors or oils, maybe. I could paint your picture in watercolor if you like.
Sure, pick me a picture. We'll hang it in the outhouse for our friends to come see.
You say that now, but wait till some Christmas maybe, when you come home all tired and late besides, want your dinner, and there I am, set up in the kitchen with my easel right here and the drop cloth on the floor. What do you say then?
I still admire the painting.
I know what you'd say. Where's my dinner? That's what you'd say.
Well, yeah, I just like to lick it on a full stomach, that's all. Tell your mom we're just running off.
We are not running off. We're gonna have a nice church wedding with flowers and music. And then we're gonna have a week at Seashore. Just wait. Then we'll get set up in our own place. You'll see, it'll be worth it.
Is your tooth hurt yet?
Dentist wants to pull a tooth in the back.
What's the tooth?
Harry, you come down from there this instant.
I'm waiting for Papa.
When he gets here, I'll send him up after you. Harriet!
Papa! I can take you to the church.
Can you see your grandfather?
Do you think this is funny?
She's 9 years old, Diane.
I'm trying to raise a daughter, not a son.
Time is on your side. In 1 or 2 more years, she'll lose her to some trees and develop a fascination with boys.
What's this?
Something to give you vitality.
You think I need vitality?
It actually says on the bottle.
Is it pure?
We're a supplier. Want to try some?
If it'll give me vitality, how can I refuse? Your father came by to see me today.
Another hard luck case?
4 children at home, all under the age of 6.
And the husband was laid off? Let's see. The brickyard?
How did you know?
He came to see me yesterday. It's never enough with him just to have normal ambitions. You have to have a mission in life.
And you do.
I can't handle jobs that don't exist.
What about Dan Lehman?
Dan?
Could he need some assistance in the laboratory?
Dan needs trained technicians, not some bricklayer.
Artie, there must be something you can do.
I can get my checkbook.
The man needs a job, not charity. What is it your father always says? A working man needs to work. It wears on his soul.
The words are so not to work. Alright, if it's matter for soul, that's different. I'll talk to Dan.
You're a good man, Artie.
You do love being married to the company president, don't you?
It has its advantages.
I make no promises.
No promises.
To your health.
I'm sorry, I don't find anything in your swab. It's Rudolph. Rudolph? Ari Rudolph, the girl I'm asking after, my cousin? Did she file the complaint? No, the dentist.
Dr. Nett.
He said she might have frosty jaw like they got in the match factories. He was gonna complain to the health department, but it's been 6 months and he hasn't heard. Frosty jaw, you say?
Catherine, maybe it's like Irene's doctor said. Maybe it's a blood infection.
But what was it from?
From dirt. You get infections from dirt.
From dirt? Her face puffed up like a pumpkin. Her jaw wanted so bad she can't eat no more. You're saying she got that from little dirt? You get it from phosphorus.
Phosphorus?
Go ahead and laugh. You won't laugh so hard 6 months from now when you in here asking after Grace.
It's just a toothache, Catherine.
That's how it's started for Irene. You right, Grace. Soon to be so weak and sick you can't stand up. Your Your gums ache so bad you can't open your mouth.
Catherine, stop it.
Your face so swollen you can't stand the sight of yourself.
I said stop it, Catherine.
Yeah, a toothache. A toothache and a backache. And what else were you said, Grace? A sore leg that won't quit.
From the bank, from standing all day.
Not from the bacon, you know it.
Iron Rudolph?
That's it.
Nothing.
Huh?
The company is in full compliance with health and labor rules. See for yourself.
The paint is a harmless compound of radium and zinc.
The company also screened a number of employees. The blood works are normal. There's a copy of the report right here. Harvard study.
Okay, let's make some lunch.
I want to file another complaint.
Oh, brother!
Catherine, the folks up here, they're awful busy.
3 surgeries, Grace, and they wanted to cut her again. She said no. She knew. Melissa left of her jaw had brought it so bad, I couldn't look at her. She was so afraid of being alone, but I left her alone. She died in the middle of the night, and no one was with her.
Can I get a form, please?
Is the girl still sick?
She died.
Wait for you.
Miss Fryer?
Thank you, Dr. Flynn, for seeing me.
Not at all, my dear, not at all.
I told the surgeon I'd be coming over, so I got the results of my blood work.
Yes, very good. I must say, Miss Fryer, your blood's looking better than mine.
It does?
That's what happens to an old man who smokes. Now, tell me, what else is troubling you?
My feet and my back mostly. I've been wearing a back brace for about 6 months now.
And did this happen before or after the fact?
After.
And you understand when?
2 years ago now. My dentist, Dr. Neff, he says this all has something to do with the radium. Another girl I know, Irene Rudolph, she died from it.
Ah, yes, Irene Rudolph. Terrible case of Vincent's angina. That's an ulcerated condition of the mouth, my dear.
From the radium.
Oh, no, no, no. A rare and unfortunate result of poor dental care. So let that be a lesson to you. Always brush your teeth.
There was something else in the papers about this. Other girls who got sick.
Miss Fryer, don't tell me you read anything in those newspapers.
But
No, no, those stories are not scientific. You must ignore those newspapers and listen to science, because whatever's ailing you, it's not the radium.
then what is ailing me?
Poor diet, Miss Fryer. Poor diet. You have an iron deficiency.
But Dr. Neff said,
You must eat more fresh fruit
hard to do in the winter.
and raw meat for the liver and calves particularly. No, 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 Miss Fryer, I am a scientist, and I take purely scientific interest in your case. I thank you by allowing me to examine you. Call me anytime, day or night.
Thank you, Dr. Flynn.
Happy to help you.
Dr. Frederick Flynn, PhD, Columbia University, physiology. That's not a real doctor.
My findings was good.
An objective evaluation, I trust.
He's seen half a dozen girls. Where I hear, he's working for the company.
The source of my funding has no bearing on my research.
And I let that fella examine me.
It wasn't a medical examination. No, no. I merely consulted with her.
How's the rest of your report going?
The animal reports I conducted reveal no adverse effects from the radium. As you suspected, it's a problem of personal hygiene.
It's like you said, Catherine. Those folks, they'll do anything. They'll say anything.
Except the right thing.
Well, we're gonna make them. We're gonna make sure someone hears about this.
My fees and expenses.
Mr. Leah will drive your chair.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, we do not have to accept injustice. We can use our powers as consumers to influence the practices of those who wish to profit from our patronage. Thank you.
Miss Wiley, I'm Grace Fryer. The health department said you might be able to help me.
Oh, yes, Miss Fryer. I've been meaning to call upon you.
Me and my friend Catherine, we wrote to the company about our troubles, but when we didn't get a response, we went to see a couple of lawyers.
But they all said it's too late.
Something about the law won't allow
statute of limitations. It's 2 years.
And one lawyer, he wanted $1,000 up front. I already spent every penny I saved for my wedding on doctors, dentists, and hospitals. And I still don't know what's wrong with me exactly. And Tom here, he says he don't care.
So we could get some compensation.
Do you think I could?
Tell me, Miss Meyer, just how far are you willing to go with this?
Ma'am?
Say I do find a lawyer to take your case, and the company says, all right, here's some money, but you are to tell nobody what we agreed upon.
That don't seem right.
Confidential settlement.
It's not, but that's what they'll try to do. They'll try to buy your silence. Is it for sale?
No, ma'am.
Miss Fryer, if you're willing to put your own needs aside for the moment, we are able to stop that company dead in its tracks.
How?
Get them where it matters the most, their public image. But every newspaper in America tells your story, how sorely you were treated as a company denied all responsibility. Believe me, Mr. Rhoda will have to come to the table with his hat in his hands.
And then I get my compensation?
I know it's a bit frightening.
Yes, but right now I'm more scared than I'm more angry than I am scared.
Good, Miss Fryer. Keep that anger. Just be sure no one sees it. Public sympathy, Miss Fryer. That's our strongest weapon. The public don't have much sympathy for an angry woman.
December 4th, 1927. Jack Youngwood reporting for the Newark Ledgers. Newark's first source for news.
Nancy Jane Harlan for the New York Graphic. The New York Graphic's only girl reporter,
On the strange case of the Radium Girls.
who claimed they were poisoned at the hands of their employers.
Actually, it's all a sham.
What do you mean? Those girls are very sick.
Sick of working? Sure.
Doctors say the Radium Girls only have a year left to live.
1 year to live and 250 grand to spend.
What would you do with that kind of money?
What would you do with $250,000?
I'd buy a wardrobe like Irene Castle.
I'll give it all to charity. I'd play the stock market.
I'd buy myself a diamond the size of New Hampshire.
I'd use it to pay my medical bills and pay down the mortgage on my house, the one my father took out for my last operation.
Pretty Grace Fryer sits at home.
Suffering through the whole entire ordeal.
It hurts to smile, but I try to smile. I know if I don't smile, I'll go crazy.
But it must get to you sometimes, knowing what you've been through.
And the company's getting cut off your labor.
And all they have to say is,
No comment!
I'd rather just think about what it's going to be like when justice prevails.
What a fine example of womanhood. We can only aspire to bear a cross in life as noble as this young girl.
Look, I've been in this game a long time, and I know when a lawyer tries his case in the papers, he doesn't have much of a case.
What's your proposal, Mr. Markley?
$1,500 for each girl.
That's not even a year's wages.
We think it's very generous, considering your case won't survive in the statute of limitations.
We believe the court will find that it does.
The court can't rewrite the law. 2 years from the date of injury. Your clients are out of time.
2 years from the date that the cause of injury was discovered.
Very creative, Mr. Berry. I admire your imagination, but you have a long way to go before you convince the judge.
And in the meantime, Mr. Markley, the press will continue to take great interest in the story, and in U.S. Radium's corporation's complete indifference to its workers.
More good press for the Consumers League, and they accuse us of exploiting the girls.
The arrogance of that man!
Tell me again the purpose of these articles, Miss Wiley.
Public sympathy, Miss Berry. That's the engine of reform.
How does it help the girls to read a dozen different newspapers if they only got a year to live?
Mr. Berry, surely you can see the company cares nothing about the girls with poison. But the average housewife cares very much. These women shop, they buy watches. Markley can be as smug as he likes, but the Consumers League campaign is working, and he knows it.
I hope you're right, Miss Wiley.
Public sympathy, Miss Berry. Wait and see.
Dear Miss Fryer, I read your situation We want to offer you a lifetime of Venice for exclusive right to use your picture in our advertisement.
Dear girl, I read about you in the Village Suzette. I run 100 cattle up here and do very well for myself. I've always longed for a companion, and surely you deserve a few fleeting hours of happiness. Sincerely, your admirer, Leonard F. Watkins. P.S. Encloses my picture.
You all right?
Bleeding again.
Maybe we should go. You need your rest.
Afraid to sleep. Will not wake up.
Miss Whiting said folks would be on our side, and she sure was right.
Grace, what if we don't win?
Of course we'll win.
What if we don't? We'll be on the straight. And you and Tom, we'll never get married.
Catherine, all we gotta do is get up on the courtroom and just wait for the look on Mr. Roeder's face when he sees that the judge ruled for us.
Grace, here you go. I got you vanilla, but they didn't have chocolate.
Took you long enough.
Don't hate on me. I had all the reporters and stuff asking about you. Waiting for me to die.
No one is waiting for you to die.
It's true. One of them called my mother, asking if I died. When she said no, he sounded disappointed.
Evening, girls. How about a picture?
Oh, brother, for the love of Mike, what are you doing?
I need more pictures for the graphic exclusive.
What exclusive?
$5,000 comes to you? Perhaps you're familiar with Bernard McFadden?
Ooh, that faith healer?
Herbalist, Mr. Crater. Bernard McFadden's patented herbal therapy is just the thing to get the girls back on their feet. And the graphic will pay for it. All we ask is your exclusive right from your story from here on out.
Grace, they're serious.
You want to pay us to go see this Bernard McFadden?
Easy money, huh?
Let me see.
The graphic always does business on the up and up.
Grace, what did your father own the house exactly?
I don't know exactly.
A couple hundred at least after those last hospital bills.
At least.
And all we do is talk to this faith healer.
Well, we'll have to get our money's worth. A regular series with features, pictures, following the course of your illness, treatment, recovery, or otherwise.
Grace, are you gonna do it?
Not interested.
Grace, you take it if it came from the company.
Company owes us a lot more than that.
Okay, so you're contracting with more than anyway, why not get something out of it?
He's right, you know. You girls can cash in big on this. Anybody can sympathize with the plight of some poor girl facing certain death with no fulfillment in motherhood.
I'd like you to go now. My friend is tired. She needs her rest.
Grace, at least think about it.
Sure, I understand you're worried what people will think. But hey, look out for number one. Why should you keep your nose clean when everyone is up with their elbows in?
Gentlemen, I've treated a number of the girls that worked. One of them, the girl's jaw runs so bad, I just lifted the bone out of her mouth.
That's all right, Dr. Neff. You can put that away.
Perhaps you'd rather see the x-ray. Dr. Lehman, this is a very expensive case to treat, and I never did get no compensation.
I sympathize, Dr. Neff, but what does this have to do with us?
Here it is, Chip. There's gonna be a lot more girls saying they got sick here. So maybe we can play ball. You give me a list of the girls that worked here, and I'll see to it there ain't no more lawsuits.
You think you can hear them?
I couldn't put out a cure, no. I examined it, and then come up with a favorable diagnosis. Pyorrhea, say, or something else.
You'd persuade them not to sue.
Correct. Quite a few will die of natural death, and the rest we put off till the statute of limitations kicks in.
Why would the girls come to you?
Anyone can come to me. You don't charge them nothing.
Because we be paying you.
We understand each other, Mr. Rhodes.
What exactly are you asking about me then?
$10,000 for my troubles. $2 for every visit, plus expenses.
Absolutely not. The proposal is immoral. It will take no part of it.
Immoral?
You're a fine one to be talking about morals. And you got your own hired guns ready to testify?
Those were expert witnesses.
Paid lackeys is more like it.
Good day, Dr. Neff. Mr. Lee will show you to the door.
All right. You won't play ball. Somebody will. Believe me, there's plenty of other folks wanting what I got.
Charlie, Dan, I want you to make a report on what happened this morning. We'll send it to the State Dental Society. Then Neff will see who's playing ball and who isn't.
Maybe we shouldn't shake this off so quickly.
What's your proposal?
Retain him as an expert.
Like Flynn? Damn. Dr. Flynn is a highly respected professor at Columbia University. Dr. Neff is just some neighborhood dentist.
Flynn treated some of the girls.
He consulted them. He didn't treat them.
He dispersed the medical advice, Arthur.
It wasn't medical advice. It was a scientific opinion.
For which he was well paid. We'll do the same with Ned. It'll keep him quiet.
This is getting out of hand.
We can handle Ned.
Neff isn't the problem. It's Von Sochaki.
What about Von Sochaki?
He's testifying for the girls.
You better pray this whole thing ends in civil court. Because if it comes to criminal charges, don't count on me.
Criminal charges? What for?
He didn't tell you? The drinkers report?
What about the drinkers report? It was proprietary. We were under no obligation to share it.
We did share it. The Department of Labor.
You sent what they needed to see. Right, Arthur?
Arthur, oh my goodness.
Scientists, government. They have no idea what it takes to run a business. Dr. Von Sochaki laughs at the very idea of promotion. But look at us now. We're the world's largest supplier of radium. The world's largest. Do you know what it took for us to get here? Do you think I'd stand idly by and let our good name be dragged through the mud?
But the Department of Labor, Arthur.
We just need time, Dan.
They could shut us down for this.
Just a little time to set things right.
You need time? Let's use this. It's new evidence, right? Let's see what Mr. Markley can do with this. Three months of studying X-ray is outrageous.
Mr. Barry,
We can't hold out for 3 more months. And the girls could barely make it to court today. And Grace, what am I supposed to say to her? Go home, get some rest? That's the best I can do?
perhaps this will help. It came in the afternoon mail.
Catherine Drinker. Does this have any relation with Cecil Drinker?
She's his wife and a respected industrial hygienist in her own right. She helped him on his study.
Haven't we already seen this?
We've only seen part of it. Miss Drinker was especially enraged to read the article in the Ledger, which said her research cleared the company.
They doctored the report.
They pulled the blood conditions of the healthiest workers and passed it off as a whole thing. Doesn't look so bad by itself, does it?
We could use this.
Action, Mr. Judge.
Miss Wilder, I'm not going to wait 3 more months. Call up your friends at the New York Center. If Broder won't let us present our evidence in court, he'll read about it in the newspaper.
Very bad.
You didn't read it?
I make a point not to these days.
At the club today, someone actually said to me, "Is it true? Did your husband poison those girls?" And I said, "Mrs. Middleton, if you think that's true, why would you associate with me?"
What do you want me to say, Diane? I knew we were poisoning people? I didn't stop because we were making too much money?
Is it true?
Is that what you really think?
What would you like me to think?
For goodness sakes. Don't you see what's going on? It's Von Sochaki. He's jealous of our success. He's feeding information to the Consumers League so they can railroad us.
Why would the Consumers League?
Bunch of radical women, do-gooders, Afro-Reds, socialists. That's what they are. Same thing that clubs belong to.
I can't, I'm sorry.
You're quitting that club.
Quit the club!
And stop talking to that idiot Miss Middleton. She doesn't know anything.
you lie to the Department of Labor?
I have a fiduciary duty to the company.
Can't listen to this.
Wait, Diane. I have articles, documents. Tumors the size of baseballs. Radium therapy, they disappeared.
I'm tired. I'm going to bed.
Wait, you can't really think I'm a liar. You can't really think outside of the poison people.
13 girls have died.
People die every day, Diane. Young, old, children younger than Harriet die every day.
But they worked for you.
They worked other places too. I have a document from the department from Columbia University. Dr. Frederick Flynn, an expert in industrial hygiene, just like Dr. Drinker, who says there's no connection between our play and these illnesses.
What could the cause be?
I don't know. I really don't know. Please say you believe me, because if you don't believe me, there's really no point to anything.
Mr. Markley will be here any minute. Did Miss Wiley stop by? Miss Wiley? She was gonna stop by. They took Catherine to the hospital last night. If she dies, it's all over.
Sweetheart, I'll tell you what. When we get the check and we pay the bank and the doctor and the coal man, there will still be plenty left for you and Tom to get started on.
Nothing to start on.
Why do you have to be so hard on him? Can't you see? He can't face the fact of you not being with us.
I have to face it. Why can't he?
Do something with your hair, Grace.
Look at all this mail. They just keep writing, don't they? Mom, Miss Wiley was here. She left me a note.
Grace Fryer, Edward Markham.
Mom said you brought some papers.
Yep, terms filled out. $5,000. I have the check right here. All we need is your signature.
This is confidential settlement.
That's right.
Grace, Mr. Markley is a busy man.
What does contributory negligence mean?
I'm not sure what you're asking.
In the courtroom, you said contributory negligence. Means it's our fault, don't it?
Maybe you could just leave the papers, Mr. Markley?
Maybe he could just answer the question.
Why are you doing this?
Why didn't you tell me Miss Wiley was here?
She only tried to talk you out of it.
What did she say about Catherine?
If you'll just leave the papers.
What
Mr.
did she
Markley-
say about Catherine?
She said it don't look good.
Perhaps I should come back later.
Or maybe you can just answer the question. Because I'd really like an answer. At your factory, they told us what to do, how to do it. I didn't cause any trouble because I wasn't raised that way, so I did what I was told. How do you get contributory negligence out of that?
We deeply regret your situation, Ms. Fryer, but there's no evidence to tie your condition to any action by U.S. Radium Corporation.
Then why are you giving me this money?
It's a humanitarian gesture.
A humanitarian gesture. Month after month, you put us off, delay after delay, knowing how sick, how tired, how desperate. Humanitarian. You've been waiting for us to die.
This is a very generous offer, and I advise you take it, or we will be forced to withdraw it permanently.
You're just trying to bully me.
Very well then. See you in court.
Yes, you will. If you have to drag me in there feet first.
You call that man back.
I'm going to court.
You know you can't win.
I know I can't, but I want those people to look at me and explain how it's my fault I got sick working their factory.
What good will it do you?
Mom, all my life, I've done what other people told me to do. I never said, please, can I finish school? I never said I didn't like the taste of the paint, even though I knew, Mom. I knew something wasn't right. At night, I'd lie in bed and see my dress all aglow on the closet door, my shoes on the floor, and my hairbrush on the dresser. So much light, Mom. And I never once questioned, I never once asked. Don't you see? They knew I wouldn't, and that's what they were counting on.
Is that what this is about? Getting revenge?
Revenge.
Losing the company, losing the business? Now you're getting backlash for it? Or spreading lies about us?
Perhaps a cup of tea will calm your nerves.
You didn't tell us the paint was poisonous? Not a word. Not to me, not to Dan.
I didn't know.
You didn't know? You invented the paint and you didn't know? How can you lie like that?
I didn't know until it was too late.
I wasn't the technical man. You were the technical man.
Yeah, I was the technical man. Sit down, Arthur.
I sold watches. I was a salesman.
A good one at that. Very good head for the business you have. Not such a good head for the science, but for the business. Very smart. Always, you can find ways to cut costs without losing the quality. That's a gift, Arthur.
What's the matter with your hands? You've been dipping them in ink?
Dipping them in ink. How fond of the pretty story you are. If only your ink. No, Dr. Martin says it's a necrosis of the tissue. The cells, they're dying. With the dying painters and the drought starts. The necrosis with me in the hands.
I had no idea.
It's been a long time since we've seen each other.
How long?
Necrosis, a few months. But I've known for a while. Miss Wiley from the Consumers League asked me to assist Dr. Martin in testing the ballot painters for radium exposure. I didn't want to believe her either, Arthur. I didn't want to believe the girls could get sick from working with fine paint. I wanted to show her it was a mistake. So I agreed to help. Dr. Martin and I conducted expired air tests on the girls. It was then that I found out. My own breath registered radioactive. So, you wish to have words with me?
I'm sorry.
Perhaps you should see Dr. Martin.
Me? What for?
You did not notice the glowing dust on your shoes at night when you went home?
How could I miss it? I chucked it all over the house.
You can be sure that a good deal of that is now in your keys. Look familiar?
A promotional piece.
An excellent promotion. How many new sales did that book account for?
I didn't keep track of it exactly, but I like to think it really helped the medical market.
Page 96. Open. The last chapter.
The last chapter. Radium. Dangerous effects.
Dangerous effects. How many articles do you have listed there? 10? 15?
About 18, looks like.
How far back did they go? Those articles.
I don't know.
Look at it. The first one. What's the date?
1906.
1906. Now let me see. When you go into court, you plan to testify that you had no idea the radium standards. How do you plan to do that when your own book says that it was? How can you claim you didn't know?
I never really read it.
How's that?
I never really read it. I hired a man to put it together. I just glanced at the galleys.
How do you mean you never read the book?
It was a standard arrangement. An outside company prepared the piece. They were responsible for the content.
Which you never read.
Mr. Barry, I think you'll find, Mr. Barry, that very few company presidents actually read the promotion word for word.
You authorized the book, and yet you said that it has your name on it, and yet you say you never read it?
Mr. Lee was responsible for our promotional efforts at the time. He was entrusted with those activities.
You stated that you joined the U.S. corporation in 1918?
Yes, as a plant manager.
How often did you venture into the studio?
Every day.
Every day. So you must have seen the girl put a brush to it.
I don't recall.
So you're saying you ventured into the studio every day, and you never once saw the girl put a brush to her mouth?
I said I don't recall.
No more questions.
Your witness, Mr. Markley.
We have no questions for this witness at all.
All right, gentlemen, I'm ready to issue my ruling.
Your Honor, we have yet to present our defense.
I realize that, Mr. Markley, but this proceeding is to determine standing. The radium in these girls' bones is an ongoing source of poison. Nothing your witness can say will change that fact. In the interest of justice, I am asking that the defense rest without calling any witnesses.
All right, Your Honor.
Fine. I therefore rule that the statute of limitations has not been issued enough, and these girls have standings to sue.
Your Honor, one thing. I have a very full schedule with 2 other cases pending. A key witness will not be available until the end of the summer. We will not be available until September.
Your Honor,
Our chief expert witness is associated with an Institute of Higher Learning. I cannot expect him to appear.
Mr. Markley is responsible for the problem. He's the one who ordered continuous delays.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but surely you cannot force us to present our defense at trial in the presence of a key witness.
Trial is set for December, gentlemen. This hearing is adjourned.
Edward, I can't put up here.
He's going to Europe.
Europe? He's gonna know about this for months. Why would he? Oh, very clever, Edward. How long do you plan to keep this up?
As long as necessary.
That girl, she's still staring at me. How do I make her understand? I didn't want any of this to happen.
You don't make her understand. You don't talk to her.
She looks like death.
They all look like death.
That man, Miss Wiley, he wouldn't look at me. He would never look at me.
It doesn't matter, Grace. He heard you.
How many were there?
Hundreds worked for us. Dozens died.
And they won the case?
Never got the trial. We settled. Made big headlines. $10,000 for each girl. Medical bills for life. Which wasn't all that long for some of them. This is where she sat. One of the fastest girls on the floor. In the courtroom that day, I caught her looking at me with so much anger in her eyes.
Oh, Papa.
I looked away, but afterwards, on the steps outside, I had a chance to speak with her.
What did you say?
I couldn't speak.
He was afraid to speak.
I had my chance, and I couldn't speak.
That man was afraid of me.
How could I make her understand that I had responsibilities to my investors?
It's not your fault. Science wasn't just as advanced as it is now.
I look back on those days, walk up the steps of this room, filled with light, shocking, like an old schoolhouse. And those girls, schoolgirls really, bent to the task. Their delicate little hands moving so quickly. No man could work the way those girls did. So careful, so fast. Try as I might, Harriet, try as I might, I cannot remember their faces. I never saw their faces.